Hi there, and welcome to a brief tutorial on the Precision Design DSLR350 and DSLR450V flash units. These universal flashes are exclusively available at Cameta Camera and provide an affordable, simple lighting solution for virtually any DSLR or mirrorless ILC camera. These flashes are included in many of our camera bundles, so we get a lot of questions about how to use them. So let's quickly go over each flash, how they work, and how to use them effectively. The DSLR350 and 450V are virtually identical with the same universal compatibility and the same flash capability. The only difference is that the 450V features an LED video light that can be used to illuminate your subject with constant daylight balanced light, perfect for dim settings, backlit subjects, or even as an off-camera fill light. So let's go over the physical characteristics of these flashes. Now, being universal flashes, they have a simple hot shoe on the bottom with a single point of contact, which connects to your camera and signals the flash to fire when the shutter is pressed. Now keep in mind that these are not TTL flashes, so they don't sync with your camera's exposure system. You'll have to adjust your camera's settings manually to dial in the correct exposure. Now, while this is certainly less convenient than a full TTL flash, it's also far less expensive and can be used with any camera with a standard hot shoe. Moving on, we have a light sensor on the front, allowing the flash to measure the amount of light in a particular scene when using auto mode. On the back, you have a ready light to show you when the flash is ready to fire, the power switch, a mode switch with 2 auto modes and a manual mode, and a little check light so you can tell if the flash is firing when you're in bright conditions. And on the 450V, a power switch for the LED light. There's also an exposure and distance chart on the back, which is a bit old school, but it can be helpful in some circumstances. Then there's the flash head. It produces a powerful 5600K daylight balanced beam, and can be tilted and rotated in virtually any direction. It also features a zoom function so you can concentrate the beam, and it has a built-in diffuser panel and a built-in reflector, which can be used separately or simultaneously, whichever works for you. So, on to how it works. First, make sure that you have 4 fresh alkaline or fully charged NIMH rechargeable batteries installed. And of course, make sure you don't mix battery types or use new ones with old ones, and don't use lithium batteries. They're too powerful and can damage your flash. Attach the flash by sliding it firmly into the hot shoe of your camera, and secure it by tightening this wheel above the shoe. Turn on the flash and you'll hear it power up. Once this light is lit up, the flash is ready to fire. Now choose your mode. There are 3 modes: Auto 1, Auto 2, and Manual. In either auto mode, the sensor on the front will detect the level of light in a scene and adjust the output accordingly. A1 is ideal for portraits and other close-range subjects, or when shooting at a very large aperture. A2 has a stronger output, so it's best for shooting more distant subjects, or for faster shutter speeds. Manual is full blast all the time, so it's perfect for far-away subjects, or if you want to leave exposure control entirely in your hands. And alternatively, you can think of these modes as low, medium, and high, whatever works for you. Now, regardless of which flash mode you use, you'll need to use manual mode on your camera, because auto modes won't account for the additional light provided by your flash. We recommend setting your camera's ISO at a specific setting, such as 100, 400, etc., but not auto. Set your shutter speed to 1/125th of a second or slower. Faster shutter speeds will result in partially underexposed pictures. Set your aperture to whatever you like, and use those settings as your starting point. And don't forget to make sure your camera is set to fire the flash manually, usually indicated by a little lightning bolt/arrow icon. Once your camera is configured, take a test shot. If your exposure is drastically over or underexposed, you might want to try a different mode on the flash. If you only need to make minor changes, adjust your ISO, shutter speed, or aperture until you get it just right. And remember, these settings have different impacts on how your image will look. So please make adjustments with things like grain, motion, and depth of field in mind. Of course, there's more to this flash than shooting directly at your subject, which usually produces very bright highlights and harsh shadows. To soften the light, you can start with the built-in options. The built-in diffuser spreads out the light just a bit, making it a good option for group portraits. The built-in reflector panel acts as a portable bounce surface, cutting down on the intensity of the flash and producing much softer light overall. Of course, bouncing the flash off of a large surface like a white ceiling, wall, poster board, or a lighting reflector will give you even better results with a bit of practice. And you can even get creative, bouncing the flash from different angles to produce more dynamic images. If you don't have any large surfaces to work with, you can use a portable diffuser or reflector, like these Precision Design products that simply attach to your flash and help give you flattering, professional-looking lighting for just a few extra dollars. So that's about all there is to the DSLR350 and DSLR450V. These flashes are affordable, universal, and very bright. Plus, they can help you become a more skilled photographer as you learn how to position your lighting, how to adjust exposure manually, and how manual camera settings will impact the overall look of your images. And if you haven't already, you can get your flash, batteries, and all the accessories you need right now at Cameta.com.